Thanks, Dean. Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. My name is Kim Armstead, Public Information Officer with the Oakland Police Department. Today, Oakland Police Acting Deputy Chief Casey Johnson, Oakland Police Captain Jake Bassett, the City of Oakland Deputy Mayor Kimberly Mayfield, and the City of Oakland Council Member Noel Gallo will all be speaking, providing an update to the Fruitvale Crime Suppression Plan that was launched about a month ago. I will say that during this news conference, we will only be addressing questions related to the Fruitvale Crime Suppression Plan. Any other questions regarding any other incidents can be asked to a member of the media unit after the news conference. Okay, I'll now turn it over to Captain Bassett.
All right, good afternoon. I'm Jake Bassett. It's spelled B-A-S-S-E-T-T. On November 8th, the Oakland Police Department, along with our law enforcement partners, began a long-term project here in the Fruitvale Business District. The project includes dedicated traffic enforcement, increased police presence, and foot patrols. It also includes the deployment 7 days a week of our highly visible community resource vehicle. BART PD has been conducting additional patrols at the Fruitvale BART station, and AC Transit Police Services, a contract with Alameda County Sheriffs, has been conducting additional patrols within the Fruitvale BRT, the Bus Rapid Transit Corridor. I'm here today to report that since the inception of this project, we have seen a decrease in crime in the Fruitvale area. The crime analysis section reports a 43% decrease in robberies and a 29% decrease in burglaries. At this point, I'll turn it over to Acting Deputy Chief Casey Johnson, who will speak a little bit more broadly about East Oakland.
Thank you, Captain. Hello, my name is Acting Deputy Chief Casey Johnson. That's C-A-S-E-Y-J-O-H-N-S-O-N. Similar to what my counterpart, Cap Bassett, stated, we have seen a reduction in overall crime regarding robberies, burglaries, and auto theft here in the Fruitvale area. We've also seen that same reduction citywide. When looking over into Area 1 in our Jack London, Chinatown, Uptown area, we've actually seen a 51% reduction in our robberies. We've also seen a 32% reduction in our auto burglaries. When looking over here in Area 6, over here in East Oakland, we've also seen a big reduction in the Hagenberger 98th Avenue corridor with a reduction in our auto burglaries of 43%, and our larceny thefts reduction of 49%. Some of the strategies we've used to reduce these burglaries, robberies, and thefts are things along the lines of bringing more increased presence out here in the Fruitvale area and select areas throughout the city of Oakland. As you can see around the corner, we have our command post that's out here. We're out here 7 days a week. We have dedicated motor officers throughout certain parts of the area. We also have our burglary, overtime suppression teams, and undercover teams that'll be in selected areas throughout the city to work on these operations. Now, in the time that we've been running these operations, we've been collecting data and stats to ensure that the location of our officers, the operations we've been running, have been effective and successful. These numbers are very important to us because we want to ensure that there is a reduction. And if there is not, we want to look and see how we can adjust those strategies, how we can adjust our officers to continue to keep a decrease in these numbers citywide. And with that, I will turn it over to our Deputy Director Mayor, Dr. Mayfield.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Kimberly Mayfield, Kimberly-Mayfield, Deputy Mayor for the City of Oakland. Mayor Sheng Tao could not be here today as she is recuperating from the flu. On behalf of the mayor, I would like to welcome you to the Fruitvale District, a vibrant international hub of markets, restaurants, and specialty stores. Fruitvale is one of Oakland's many diverse and vibrant business districts that drive the town's economic engine. Since taking office this year, Mayor Tao has aggressively pursued a comprehensive community safety strategy for Oakland by investing in a robust police department, strengthening our violence prevention initiatives, and utilizing technology to modernize our investigations and disrupt criminal networks. A critical component of the strategy was restoring police foot patrols and deploying them to business districts citywide. Foot patrols combined with trust-building officers, traffic units, auto burglary suppression initiatives, safety ambassadors, and patrol officers form a visible and engaging community safety presence on our streets. 2 weeks ago, Oakland added another layer to these efforts with the Business Corridor Holiday Safety Initiative to provide even more community safety resources in these vital corridors. So on behalf of Mayor Tao, I am happy to say we are starting to see our efforts bear fruit. Robberies, auto burglaries or bipping, theft, and commercial burglaries are experiencing significant reductions in our business districts over the past 2 months. We still have a lot of work to do in further reducing property crime in Oakland. However, we are encouraged by these results and cautiously optimistic this downward trend will continue. Mayor Tao would like to acknowledge the Interim Chief Darren Allison and Assistant Chief Tony Jones for their leadership. Chief Allison and Jones have worked diligently to implement the mayor's comprehensive community safety strategy. The mayor also wants to thank the Oakland police officers who are in business districts and neighborhoods. Their work engaging with the community and responding to emergencies is deeply appreciated. Today's announcement that property crimes are trending down is a positive step forward. We should be encouraged by these results and leverage them to do more. As Mayor Tao stated in her State of the City address in October, making Oakland safer for children, families, businesses, and visitors is the first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning, and the only thing on my mind when I fall asleep at night. Community safety is Oakland's top priority. We can and will do better, and together we will fight for the resources we need to promote a strong, safe, and thriving Oakland. And now we will hear from Councilmember Noel Gallo.
Thank you. Thanks to all of you. It's not about what we say, it's what we do. And clearly, growing up here in East Oakland all my life and living down the street, what is reported, what is presented is one thing, but what has actually happened is another. And we live in a community that many of us do not want to call and report it because we don't want to get involved. So it's extremely important for all of us growing in these neighborhoods. So we got to get involved, got to get active. And I want to thank our police department for being more present. I'm a big fan of the motorcycle officer, because certainly the speed limit that you see on International, due to the bus lane that we created, is out of control. Running red lights, you see that daily, nightly. And so I thank the motorcycle officers for their presence. Also, the sheriff department now finally are coming out into the streets, not just sitting trying to protect the AC transit bus on the inside. I pay their salaries to provide public safety, and they're starting to come out. And certainly also want to recognize the highway patrol, because they're the ones that used to do those DUI checkpoints. So in other words, they'd be located in different locations, Fruitvale, Foothill, International, make sure you got a driver's license. And the reality is half of us here don't have a driver's license. And so the population's changing. We need to work with community, but at the end of the day, we do need the presence, and I was glad to see the U.S. Marshals last weekend. They're on Fruitvale Avenue, down the street from where I live, dealing with some of the gang activity that's currently present. And so for those of us that live here, we see what's going on, we recognize it, we've been here before, and we got to get it back together, working with our police department, getting back to the cameras. In every intersection, we have cameras, had cameras, but the council and the mayor shut them all down. But they're all located there, and we need to reactivate them to make sure that we provide the safety for the families, the children that are here. And so I thank you for the support and look forward to the cooperation with law enforcement, but most of all, making sure that within our schools that we also learn what the rules and procedures are about law enforcement here in the city of Oakland. Thank you.
A little bit of that in Spanish, just a little bit in Spanish.
Oh, pues, en
Let's get that in a second.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, and with that, we will take any questions, again, just as they relate to the crime suppression plan here in the Fruitvale. Any other questions, you can speak with us after.
So does the police department attribute the reduction in these crime categories to the tactics that were implemented a month ago? And given that we've seen reduction citywide, is it a fair assumption to attribute it to those tactics?
So I can answer that again. Acting Deputy Chief Casey Johnson. Yes, I can say that it's fair to say that the strategies that we put in place over the last month or two are definitely a factor in the reduction of the crimes we've seen in our auto burglaries, in our robberies, and in our thefts throughout the city. But as Councilmember Gallo stated, we definitely need to continue to work together. We have worked together with a lot of our other city stakeholders, a lot of our partners to help with this contributing of reduction of crime. So I want to thank our stakeholders, our council member, our deputy mayor, everyone else who've all worked together to really try and make an emphasis and effort to reduce the crime here in the city of Oakland. Yes.
We've seen sometimes in warmer weather, crime spike, and then when it gets cooler, they kind of come down. Has that impacted the trend that you're seeing?
Sure. So the question was, sometimes we see crime spike in the summer and cool in the wintertime. We have seen that, but I can say that we consistently run operations throughout the city of Oakland to continue to reduce crimes here throughout the city of Oakland. We continue to run our ceasefire strategies. We work with our Violent Crime Operations Center, our Gun CJIC Center, so we continuously run different operations to try and drive that crime down year round.
Chief, how are you guys planning to sustain the progress that you've already seen?
So we continue to, the question was, how do we continue, or how are we going to sustain the progress we've already made? So our plan is to continue to run these operations, continue to look at the data that's coming to us from our data analysts to ensure that the strategies we're employing are the right strategies. And if the crime does start to rise a little bit, we'll look at different strategies and different ways to continue to decrease this crime. But it's very imperative for us to work with our data analysts to ensure that we're getting the right data that comes into the department to ensure that our operations, our efforts are being effective and continue to be effective.
What would you say to people who in this moment may feel unsafe, or people who are avoiding coming to the city of Oakland for fear their car may be broken into or they may be robbed?
Sure. So the question was, what are we doing to kind of have people come into the city who may feel unsafe, maybe feel their car's going to be broken into or feel like they're going to get robbed? I can tell you that the Oakland Police Department is putting an effort together with our city stakeholders, with our partners to ensure that safety throughout the city. We have more officers on the streets now than we've ever had. We'll continue to push our officers out. We'll continue to push our traffic officers out. We'll continue to run our violent reduction programs and our different strategies to ensure that people that come to visit our city feel safe, feel that they can come and shop in the Fruitvale area without having their cars broken into, without being robbed. We want everyone to know that you can come to our city. This is a beautiful city. It's an amazing city. We want people to come here and enjoy the city of Oakland, and we will continue to do what we can to keep the city safe.
I have a question for our city leaders. So residents have also called for non-police related responses to crime in this specific area. What has been done or what will be done?
Yeah, one of the goals is to it's extended to ambassadors on the street. Right down here at the Transit Village, that's where we located the Violence Prevention Department office. And out of that, you'll see ambassadors walking up and down. And I still remember growing up here in Oakland where the ambassadors would be out here till 2 in the midnight. all the day long, all night long, trying to deal with the safety not only at the BART area, but along the corridors of International. And we're trying to bring that back and put it in place. And not only do we have the violence prevention, that I'm trying to create a police substation also right here at the Transit Village. And but the presence is more visible with the ambassadors on the street in cooperation with the police.
Same question in Spanish?
Yeah, in español.
Yeah.
But
Let's finish this part up, and then we'll go to Spanish. Well, we don't have time. Well, then you may not get it at all. So just hold on, please. Okay, thank you. Any additional questions?
We have time for one more question.
Have you been cooperating with any community, organization to implement this plan?
I'm sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah. Have you been cooperated with any community organization to implement this
Any of the
plan?
community organizations? So the question was, have we been working with any community collaborators? And yes, we've worked with a lot of the community collaborators here in the city of Oakland.
Sorry, I don't have time.
So again, we've worked with a lot of different community collaborators here. Worked with a lot of the deacons, a lot of the churches here in East Oakland, throughout the city, to really ensure that we're having our night walks that are taking place to come out and let the residents know what we're doing. We work with our members on a daily basis. We go to community organizations, different meetings to speak with the community members and the residents here in the city of Oakland, so all of us can work together. Us as the Oakland Police Department, we can't do this alone, right? We continuously try and build that trust in the community, work with the community, because it's going to take the community along with the police department to continue to drive down the violence that we're seeing here in the city of Oakland. One thing we want to say is that, we tell everyone, if you see something, say something. Like Councilmember Gallo said, people are afraid to say things occasionally. We don't want you to be afraid, right? If you fall victim to a crime, if you see something, we don't want you to feel like the department is going to retaliate against you for saying something. We want to continue to work with our partners, work with our community members to ensure that everyone's safety is the #1 priority here in the city of Oakland. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all so much for attending. Again, if you have any other questions, feel free to speak with someone from the media team afterwards here.
Councilmember Gallo, can you go ahead?
Okay.
Yeah. And it's
I think we're good.
Spanish. Sí, lo hacemos aquí, ¿dónde está Tamara?
Do you want to leave it here or?
Tamara, ven, agárrate.
He's going to do it.
Yeah, we'll get it. So we have to go live. Okay, oye Noel, cuéntame sobre cómo está la Fruitvale ahorita.